Elizabethan drama and English Renaissance. The Elizabethan feature is a period from the 16th century to the middle of the 17th century where William Shakespeare was one of the most famous playwrights. The period is called the Elizabethan drama because this type of drama appeared in England when Elizabeth was Queen of England. The first theatre in London was built in 1557 and simply called the Theatre. Before the first theatres existed in England, did live performances take place and was often performed in streets and in public squares. And there was quite often performed at Christian festivals where the dramas in general were affected by a religious tendency. Sooner did other theatres appear in London, for instance, the Curtain, the Rose, the Swan, and the Globe. The playwrights were written in two genres, comedy and tragedy. The plays were often written rather poetical, and earlier plays were written with a kind of written verse. However, was the theatre one of the most remarkable monuments of the Renaissance. In 1642 did the Civil War break out, which resulted in English playhouses and theatres closed down. After the restoration of the English monarchy, did the theatre return together with Shakespeare's dramas, but now with both male and female performers. The first female actress occurred in the 1660s as Desdemona in the famous play Othello.
As the centuries followed, Shakespeare's plays was performed in England, North America, and many parts of the world in different productions that mirrored the state of theatre in different times. In the beginning of the 17th century, Shakespeare's plays inspired the generation's interest for dramas, which resulted in a growing popularity of the Elizabethan theatres. As previously mentioned, was very few roles played by women during the Renaissance. It was therefore with a controversial feeling when William Shakespeare began to produce plays where the main person was played by a female. Earlier, when most of the roles were played by men and sometimes young boys, as roles as Juliet's nurse would often be reserved for a comic actor or a clown, simply to make fun of the women in the modern society.